Have you ever felt that uh, quiet weight of unspoken obligations? Or maybe that familiar pull of past commitments holding you back, even if you can't quite, name them?
That sense of being stuck.
Exactly. What if
Uh,
there was a specific day, a kind of unique alignment of energies that's actually designed to help you shed that exact burden and find some, well, crystal clear direction?
that sounds like something a lot of people could use.
I think so too. Welcome to this deep dive. Today, our mission is really to explore this fascinating convergence between cosmic influences and, well, human action. We want to reveal how a single moment in time can become this powerful catalyst for profound mental clearing and, crucially, decisive forward movement.
Right, moving beyond just thinking about things.
Yes,
Sure.
we're going to unpack how you can cut through the mental clutter, achieve exceptional clarity, and make decisions that truly, truly stick.
It's about more than just insights, isn't it? It's finding that pivotal point where knowledge isn't just understood, but it directly translates into tangible, sort of unshakable action.
Moving from contemplation to conviction. I like that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And to guide us on this journey, we're drawing from two incredibly insightful pieces by Tarot by High C. First up, we have the astrology of the day for 13 September 2025, which gives us a kind of cosmic blueprint for clarity.
The big picture view.
Right. Then we dive into a captivating StoryScope, which is basically a narrative designed to vividly embody these energetic themes in a relatable story. This one's titled The Audit of Shadows.
Okay.
Together, these sources, well, they illuminate a powerful pathway to unburdening yourself and finding your next clear step.
What's truly valuable about these sources, I think, is how one gives us that overarching energetic context, other cosmic weather report, if you will.
Ah, yeah, good way to put it.
And the other shows us exactly what that looks like on the ground, in a personal, actionable journey. It's the why and the how all in one package.
Perfectly said. So let's unpack this moment in time, specifically September 13th, 2025, and see what insights it holds for you. Okay, so according to the astrology of the day for September 13, 2025, this isn't just any ordinary day. It's described as a day primed for practical thinking, attention to detail, and the ability to organize complex information into workable systems.
So good for getting organized.
Yes, but it's more than just a good day for your to-do list. The source actually calls it a significant mental turning point.
A turning point. Okay, that's interesting. What's particularly potent here, the source suggests, is how conscious will and communication abilities really unite.
Unite, how so?
Well, the astrology suggests a new cycle in thinking patterns, bringing unusual mental clarity and the ability to express ideas with exceptional force and precision.
Exceptional force.
Wow. Yeah, this isn't just about thinking clearly. It's about your thoughts and words gaining a new kind of gravity.
Gravity, okay.
It's less about merely articulating ideas and more about the sort of unshakable conviction behind them. Imagine like a cosmic spotlight illuminating your intentions, making them undeniable and impactful, not just heard.
That's powerful, that feeling of your thoughts carrying extra weight.
Yeah.
But the source also offers a crucial warning, right? A kind of double-edged sword.
Yes, it does.
It says you need to balance a desire to share information with the need for recognition to avoid, well, overly forceful expression of ideas.
Yeah.
How do we navigate that line between impact and, imposition on a day like this?
That's the key, isn't it? It's about discernment. The energy gives your words tremendous authority, so the caution is really to ensure that authority is used in service of clarity and positive impact, not, to dominate or simply demand recognition.
Right.
The goal is to articulate truth with precision, allowing it to resonate naturally rather than having to push it aggressively. It's less about the volume and more about the undeniable truth contained within your message.
Got it. And that precision is key because this period apparently really boosts productivity, allowing us to succeed at our goals.
Mhm.
But it also emphasizes thinking carefully before speaking or committing. The source explicitly states that any decisions made or communications initiated are likely to have far-reaching consequences.
Far-reaching consequences. That's significant.
It really stood out to me, the sheer power given to our words and choices on this particular day. It's not just about making a decision, but recognizing it has this profound ripple effect.
Indeed, that ripple effect is precisely the point. It implies a heightened let's say, karmic weight to our communications and commitments.
Karmic weight. Okay.
This isn't a day for just casual pronouncements. It's a time when our mental output, our decisions, our spoken words are essentially magnified, setting off chains of events that extend far beyond the immediate moment.
Okay, so shifting to the actual astrological alignments. From Wednesday through Saturday, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury in Virgo. For those tracking these celestial movements, what's the core dynamic of a Sun-Mercury conjunction, especially in an analytical sign like Virgo? And how does this translate into this karmic clearing the source talks about?
Excellent question. So a Sun-Mercury conjunction is always about the fusion of our conscious will, that's the Sun, with our intellect and communication, which is Mercury.
Right.
When this happens in Virgo, a sign known for its meticulousness, its analysis, and practical application, it intensifies our mental focus and our ability to organize.
Super-focused.
Exactly. But this isn't just general clarity. It's a specific, almost laser-like focus on what works and what needs to be refined or released.
Ah, okay.
So the karmic clearing of the mental body then becomes this unique opportunity. It's a chance to identify and purge not just surface-level tasks, but those deep-seated, often unconscious mental patterns and obligations that no longer serve our highest purpose.
So it's like a cosmic audit, really, showing us what's truly holding us back.
Precisely. This alignment shows us exactly what we need to purge. It specifically calls out things like old contracts, outdated routines, draining responsibilities, or perfectionistic habits that may have reached a breaking point.
Things we hang on to.
Yeah. Think of this karmic clearing not just as decluttering your calendar, but more like clearing your energetic ledger.
Energetic ledger. I like that.
It's an opportunity to finally reconcile those long-standing, subtle debts, maybe unfulfilled promises or inherited responsibilities that have been weighing you down, moving beyond just the surface stuff to a deeper energetic release.
That makes sense. And then on the Saturday, we hit what's described as the Mercury Cazimi. Can you give us a quick technical insight into what a Cazimi actually means and why it's referred to as a moment of pure brilliance?
Of course. So for context, a Cazimi is when a planet is incredibly close to the sun, like within 1 degree. It's essentially in the heart of the sun.
In the heart of the sun. Wow.
Yeah, and that supercharges its energy. So Mercury, our planet of communication and intellect, is at its absolute peak of pure, unadulterated brilliance.
Okay.
This isn't just clear thinking, it's almost an infallible clarity, like a direct download of insight.
A download.
Which is why the source promises flashes of insight, valuable information, and important messages. As long as we remain open to them, of course.
An infallible clarity that sounds like a potential game changer. So what kind of breakthroughs can we actually expect?
Well, expect things like breakthroughs in communication, pathways to clear thinking, and fated conversations that clarify next steps.
Fated conversations.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This heightened clarity can even lead to the ending of outdated agreements or realizations that alter the way institutions function globally.
Globally. So big picture stuff too.
Potentially, yes. But there's a crucial piece of advice here. Avoid overanalyzing to the point of paralysis.
Ah, the analysis paralysis trap.
Exactly. This period is about decisive clarity, not endless rumination. It's about trusting the insight when it arrives and acting on it, rather than, dissecting it into oblivion.
That's key. Trust the insight. So if you've been feeling weighed down by mental clutter or maybe facing some big decisions, this alignment really points to a powerful window for you to gain unprecedented clarity and make choices with lasting positive impact. Now, let's bring these cosmic insights down to earth with our StoryScope, the audit of shadows, and meet Mira.
Okay.
On September 13th, Mira already felt like she'd been carrying someone else's deadlines for years. The weight wasn't in her arms, but, as the story says, behind her eyes, folders of commitments, scalloped notebooks of habits, the invisible ledger of obligations she had signed with her own need to be right.
Wow, that's evocative.
Isn't it? That description of internal clutter resonates so powerfully with the astrological idea of energetic clutter, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That vivid description really highlights that the burden isn't just about external tasks or busy schedules. It's often that internalized weight of commitments, maybe driven by a deep-seated need for approval or a subconscious fear of letting go.
The silent agreements.
Exactly. The silent agreements we make with ourselves that become the heaviest.
And then Mira's personal journey takes this really compelling turn. She finds an old contract she'd been avoiding, one she took 7 years ago, out of a sense of, well, safety.
Okay.
And without even opening it, she just slides it into the recycling bin. She feels this small, ridiculous fizz of shame and relief.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Right. This small act shifts the heap in her head. That ridiculous fizz of shame and relief is
Yeah.
so relatable. Who hasn't felt that tiny rebellion against something they should have dealt with ages ago?
Indeed. And the sheer audacity of sliding it into the recycling without even opening it,
I know.
it perfectly captures that moment of unburdening where the symbolic act of letting go, even without fully processing it, creates immediate mental space. It's a testament to how sometimes the smallest, most personal act of release can unlock bigger shifts. Then, when she gets to the records office, where her job is cataloging city agreements,
Right. Her day job.
the archival scents now smell like evidence, and her work feels like a map of her private life. It's all connected. She's assigned a routine review for the Central Council, which typically means endless footnotes and the soft, slow death of ideas.
Ugh, sounds tedious.
Yeah, perfect scenario for her younger perfectionist self to get totally lost in.
The kind of task that could easily lead straight to that overanalyzing the astrology warned us about.
Definitely.
But Mira approaches it differently this time. In the stacks, she starts methodically. But crucially, she read not for completeness, but for patterns.
Ah, patterns, not details.
Exactly. She noticed names repeated, obligations nested inside each other like Russian dolls. This feels like such a key insight for dealing with information overload, whether it's literal documents or just the clutter in your own mind.
It really is.
It's about looking for the overarching connections, not getting bogged down in every single detail.
That's a crucial distinction. It's about recognizing that in complex systems, whether they're personal or institutional, true clarity often emerges from identifying recurring themes and interdependencies, rather than just exhaustive linear processing.
Right.
And at first, the old urge to overthink, what if this change exposes me, it rises up.
The fear.
But then a flash of clarity arrived. Quick, clean as light through glass. Just like that.
Wow.
She saw a clause in one obsolete agreement contradicted the department's mission statement, and a procedural loop was causing resources to reroute into dead ends for years.
For years.
Yeah, that moment of insight, quick and undeniable, that is exactly what the Mercury Cazimi promises. And crucially, this clarity removed the option of indecision.
Remove the option of indecision. That's powerful. And what she does next is just a masterclass in the power of concise communication. Instead of hedging or writing a long report, Mira wrote an executive summary of just 3 sentences and a sketch diagram.
3 sentences.
And a diagram.
Yeah.
She placed it on the director's desk and, importantly, kept her mouth shut.
Kept her mouth shut. Interesting.
So that 3-sentence summary, that's such a stark contrast to how many of us feel we have to over-explain everything. Is this exceptional force and precision? The astrology talked about more about the brevity or the undeniable truth behind the message. What's your take?
I think it's both, actually, and they're kind of interdependent. The precision ensures there's no room for misinterpretation. It just cuts through the noise.
Right.
But the force comes from the underlying clarity and the willingness to stand by that concise truth. It's about distilling the information down to its absolute essential core, removing all the defensive armor, the hedged caveats that often just dilutes our message.
Yeah, we add those just in case.
Exactly. And the source says, not every thought needs armor. Some thoughts, precisely ordered, carry more authority than an entire shelf of hedged caveats.
That's such a powerful lesson, and that clarity proved itself almost immediately in her story. Her chance came in the elevator with Soren, the director. He asks if the old clause audit was that bad.
Okay, the moment of truth.
Right. And Mira didn't launch into all the permutations. She just said the truest and smallest sentence. It's making people do work that has no purpose anymore. We can close it, reallocate the resources, and write a simple protocol instead.
Direct, simple, actionable.
Totally. It was no need to be lyrical or larger than the evidence on the page. And Soren's response, a single nod. That nod was the motion of an agreement.
That single nod speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a real testament to the power of direct, impactful communication. The words carry undeniable weight precisely because they are unadorned and focus purely on the truth of the situation.
Yeah.
It just cuts through all the potential political maneuvering and the fear of change because the logic is so self-evident.
Then came the big meeting with the Central Council where, as the story puts it, past and present pushed into one another.
Okay, the pressure's on.
Definitely. Representatives carried their tacit burdens and that quiet reputational fear of dismantling anything. You know that feeling in committees?
Oh, yes, inertia.
Right. Mira presented her no-frills diagram, and the thought she expressed carried weight. People actually leaned forward. Suddenly, the paperwork that had formerly been a comfort suddenly seemed pedantic.
Because she showed them the pattern, the core issue.
Exactly. She was literally showing them the pattern she had found, not just telling them about findings in a report.
And this is where the consequences of those clear decisions, the ones the astrology mentioned, begin to really manifest.
How so?
Well, not everyone liked Mira's proposal. There were objections, guarded and real. Of course there were.
Naturally.
But she chose clarity over cadence. She acknowledged the history, described the harm being done, and proposed a pragmatic pilot program.
Smart move.
Very. She framed it as a relief that the institution owed itself. She didn't make it about her or about blame, but about this collective liberation from inefficiency. That probably helped disarm some of that reputational fear.
That makes sense. And it worked. By dusk, the council voted to sunset the clause and launch the pilot. The papers that had once circled her desk like loyal hounds were shredded.
Ah, satisfaction.
Totally. Mira felt an absurdly satisfying autobiographical unburdening, as if someone had unhooked a backpack of old identities.
There it is. That's the karmic clearing in action, right there in the story.
Absolutely.
That phrase, unhooked a backpack of old identities, it truly captures the essence of this deep purging. It's not just about removing a task or changing a procedure. It's about shedding a layer of self that was defined by those old draining commitments.
Right.
But the real purge, as the story tells us, happened in quieter places too.
Oh, like what?
She canceled an unproductive committee she was on, refused some invisible labor people expected of her, and sent an honest email to a longtime collaborator about boundaries.
Setting boundaries. Crucial.
And the reply she got back, expressing relief and reciprocated limits, felt like clearing a throat after too many songs. It just highlights that the clearing isn't always about big, dramatic institutional shifts. It's also about those subtle, personal acts of establishing boundaries and releasing small, draining commitments.
That's a great point. It happens on multiple levels. And she didn't just clear the deck. She built a new system to maintain it. Her new system for mental hygiene was described as comically simple. Just a single whiteboard with 3 columns. Keep, revise, release.
Simple is often best.
And a daily 10-minute sorting ritual. When that old urge to overanalyze struck, she asked herself just one procedural question. Does this lead somewhere measurable?
Cutting right through the potential overwhelm.
Exactly. Which raises an important question for you, the listener.
Right.
What simple, maybe even comically simple, ritual could you adopt to maintain that kind of mental clarity day to day?
The beauty of her system is really in its unpretentiousness and its directness. It just bypasses all the intellectual gymnastics of overthinking. And the story reveals the change spread not as an earthquake, but as a thaw. Slowly, steadily. Her words, phrased with the quiet economy she practiced, actually became a template for others in the office.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Her words lived longer than her vanity about them. They nudged people to reconsider systems built on habit rather than need. It's fascinating how her personal clarity, born out of this intense astrological moment, ended up impacting an entire institution. It created this ripple effect of systemic change.
That's incredible. Weeks later, Mira reflected on her history and present overlapping without fighting. She acknowledged no solution was perfect, but the clutter in her head now had a place and a method to sort it.
An arrangement of attention.
Exactly. An arrangement of attention that allowed brilliance to be not an accident, but a responsibility. It's about being intentional with your mental space, cultivating that arrangement of attention.
Beautifully put.
So if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, Mira's story just perfectly illustrates the astrological forecast for September 13th, 2025. Her whole journey embodies that significant mental turning point.
The turning point.
The clearing of karmic clutter, and those breakthroughs in communication promised by the Sun conjunct Mercury and that Mercury Cazimi. She moves from feeling completely burdened to enacting clear, precise change, both personally and institutionally.
And her journey truly raises an important question for you, the listener. What shadows, those old contracts, draining responsibilities, maybe perfectionistic habits are you carrying that are ripe for an audit right now?
Yeah.
Just like Mira's small act of recycling that old contract without even looking at it, sometimes the smallest, most seemingly insignificant step can be the thing that shifts the whole heap in your head.
That's so true. And both sources really emphasize that powerful clarity isn't necessarily about knowing every single detail or finding the absolutely perfect solution.
No, it's not.
It's more about seeing the patterns,
Mm.
identifying the right next move, like Mira finding that contradictory clause. It's about achieving a clarity that removes the option of indecision. You see what needs doing and you just do it.
And the power of simplicity and restraint is such a recurring, undeniable theme here.
Definitely.
From Mira's 3-sentence summary to her simple whiteboard system, the message is really clear. Impactful change often comes from concise, well-ordered thought and a willingness to release what no longer serves you.
It's about distillation, not accumulation.
Well said. Distillation, not accumulation.
So we've taken a deep dive today into this powerful confluence of cosmic energy and, well, human endeavor. We've shown how a targeted focus on clearing mental clutter and embracing decisive, clear communication can lead to really profound personal and even systemic change. We saw how the astrological blueprint for September 13, 2025 perfectly mirrored Mira's journey in the audit of shadows, offering a potential roadmap for you to unburden yourself.
And this deep dive has really shown us, I think, that true brilliance isn't just an accident. It's actually responsibility rooted in that arrangement of attention.
Right.
It's about recognizing what serves you and what doesn't, and then having the courage to act on that clarity, simply and unadorned. No extra fluff needed.
So the final thought for you to consider. What old identities are you ready to unhook from your own backpack? What simple, clear communication can you make today or maybe this week that will set a powerful new direction for your own life or your work?
Yeah, what's that one small thing?
Exactly. The path to clarity, as we've seen, is often less about seeking more information and much more about releasing what's no longer needed. That's what allows your inherent brilliance to really shine through the space you create.